today I have Madam Gillet and she will talk to us about personal development. You are welcome to Gaza Media Studio, Madam Gillet, and hope you are doing well today.
Thank you so much, Karen. I'm doing good, and you?
I am doing perfectly fine. So, Madam Gillet, what is your motivation towards personal development?
Thank you so much, Karen. Before talking about my motivation, I would like to quickly talk about what personal development is first of all about. So personal development is all about self-improvement. It's all about what we can do to improve on our talents, on our capabilities, on our potential, so that we can be able to reach our dreams. And this topic is very important for everybody, for the young as well as the old. So my passion for this is because over the years I've noticed that youth that left school and they find themselves in the job environment, they find it difficult to cope because they lack this area of personal development. It's not as if they were not qualified, it's not as if they did not have the right education, but they find it difficult to cope in the job environment simply because they are lacking in their personal development. Thank you, Karen.
Thank you, Madam Gillet. So how can one improve on his or her personal development?
Thank you so much for that wonderful question. Yeah, it's very important. For us to first of all work on our personal development, you need to identify your strengths, your weaknesses, your opportunities, and your threats that are around you. Your strengths are things that you can do perfectly well. Your weaknesses are those areas that you are lacking behind, and that is where you need to work on in order to improve. Your opportunities, those things that you find around you that you can easily grab as an opportunity, exploit them to move from one level, from the level where you are to another level. And threats are very dangerous to personal development. Those are things that are around you or people around you that hinder your development or they hinder your progress. For example, you may have people around you that each time you want to embark on a project that is of benefit to your family, they tell you, no, let's go drink with friends and so on. Those are threats, and it's very important for you to cut off from them if you want really to develop as a person. So if you examine these things and you note them in your life, then you look at the 5 key areas of personal development, like your physical growth, your mental growth, your social growth, your emotional growth, and your spiritual growth. Look at these areas, examine your strengths, your weaknesses, your opportunities, and your threats, and you work on them. Set goals with a deadline and make sure you work towards achieving them, and so you will see yourself improving from one level to the other. So on this note, I'm going to invite Mr. Francis Eret, who is a certified life coach, to give us an insight into the techniques of personal development.
Hi everyone and welcome. My name is Francis Eret. I'm a certified life and business coach. Today we are talking about personal development. What is personal development? Usually when you have a goal to achieve, you think about some techniques, some plans on how to move from where you are to where you want to be. That's an example of things that we call personal development. In other words, personal development refers to all the techniques, all the tools that we use in order to achieve goals, in order to stay motivated, in order to develop a positive mindset, in order to overcome our weaknesses and to better optimize or leverage on our strengths. So people who embark on personal development usually notice that they become different from who they were before embarking, because exercises, techniques of personal development enable you to grow, enable you to see yourself differently and to be self-motivated. You know, there are people in life who are always motivated. Why? Simply because they've discovered those points in themselves which help them to keep this high positive mindset. And so when it comes to personal development, there are techniques. Those techniques include the SWOT analysis, that is analyzing your strengths, your weaknesses, your threats, and your opportunities. Personal development also exercises also include the wheel of life. The wheel of life is a wheel with 8 to 9 angles about your life, you know, your personal life, your financial life, your spiritual life, your academic life. And when you examine each part of the wheel, you realize where you are falling behind, where you are ahead, and where you're satisfied. So those techniques enable you to take stock of who you are, take stock of where you are in your life and where you want to be. You know, goal setting is best drafted when you are objectively setting something based on where you are and where you want to be.
Thank you so much, sir, for that wonderful contribution. I will on this note invite Mr. Chani, who is a lecturer in the university, to give us some of the weaknesses that he has noticed with the students that can kind of hinder their personal development.
Good evening, madam. Good evening, Gaza Media. I'm called Andrea Chani, a teacher teaching in private higher institutions in Cameroon. With respect to your questions and your worry, there are key points that can prevent or hinder the personal development of a student or even we community members. For instance, planning, peer group pressure, and irresponsibility. When it comes to students, those key points will determine how they develop both in their personal and their social life. For instance, a student who cannot plan is already preparing to fail. So planning is preparing to fail. For instance, if a student cannot prepare his or herself for an exam, the student will certainly fail that exam. Not only by writing the exam poorly or by even missing the exam. So planning is integral for a student's overall development. We also have peer group pressure. We know that it's common among young people of today, where a young man or a young lady tend to get into activities which he or she has not been exposed to in his or her family life, but it's been exposed as a relationship with friends. We face situations where students tend to get involved in drug abuse, delinquency, sexual immorality, and all of those is being caused by peer pressure. You tend to meet a student that wants to live above his or her means, above the means of the parents, because he or she has a friend who lives a certain particular lifestyle. So peer group pressure is also very important. It has misled so many students and prevented them from developing perfectly into the perfect community members. We have irresponsibility. Some students are so irresponsible. Irresponsible in the way they prepare the academic life. For instance, a student does not even know what he or she will do after school. A student does not. A student will be linked with the company for internship, and the student does not go for the interview on the day which the student is supposed to attend the interview, and goes a day after, and the company says interview is over. So irresponsibility on the part of the student also is integral and prevents them from achieving their goals or developing into perfect community members. And if we don't handle topics like these, we continue to produce young Cameroonians or young people who go into the community and cannot help in community building and cannot help in nation building. So with topics like these, we should also be very focused both on the student, on their family life, as well as their teachers in the class.
Thank you so much, sir, for that powerful contribution. So, Karim, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to share this vital information with the public. In our subsequent programs, we'll be looking at other related topics to personal development, and we'll make it available for you for your own benefit. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Madam Gillette, and thanks to other contributors towards this wonderful information. To get more on this, log on to Gaza Media YouTube channel, and do not forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And if you ever wish Gaza Media to cover any events at all, do well to reach us through the numbers on your screen. I have been Dwalem Karim for presentation. Do have a wonderful day. For now, it is a bye-bye.